Just your clap.
Oh, fuck.
Good mythical morning. Wait, it's not that podcast. Welcome back, everybody, to the No Names podcast. This is episode 6. We will be going over 5 albums today. That's one more than last week because we're learning math slowly but surely. We have the Eminence Turn the Light On album, the Bad Omens Finding God Before God Finds Me album, Tala, or Tala, probably Tala, Matriphagy, and the story so far, Proper Dose, and Slaves to Better Days. So, let's dive
Oh, it
right in.
registered yours. I
Yeah.
can tell it doesn't. Like the little box turns green when you're talking or
Yeah.
whatever. It doesn't. That is strange. We got ghosts in my house. That's probably what it is.
Well, we need to play some Phasmophobia to get rid of those ghosts.
It's you know, there's some hoes in this house, but there's some ghosts in this house.
Dude, he didn't even die a homeowner.
Fucked up. So what's up, buddy? How was your week?
It wasn't that bad actually. Work wasn't super busy, so that was nice. How was your week?
It's awful.
Awful?
I'm so glad to be back, dude. Um, yeah. I mean, I can't. I mean, I feel like I can't really talk about work because it's kind of like niche and nobody would really
Work
understand what
life.
we were talking about. But it was busy. It was real. It was real. It was real busy, and it's just that place is a mess right now. And
I
not a
can
fan. 0 out of 10.
only imagine the pain that you've gone
Yeah.
through.
Yeah. I got pictures. I'll show you some pictures.
The pictures.
Um, like of their building and stuff.
Some pictures?
How messed up it is, but. Yeah, I was actually watching the talk to a friend video. I hadn't seen it yet. And they all dress so nice.
Yeah, they do. The fucking like the guy from Eminence, he always wears like
He was
really
wearing like
nice
suspenders and
clothes.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, just woke up like
No
fucking dripped
mistakes.
out.
Happy accidents.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Got the bat hoodie on. I like this hood though. Hold on.
Show me the hood. Oh god, look
The
at those
hood's
locks.
fucking.
Dude. Is
It's,
that Jordan or Ezio? I can't tell the difference. But that's actually, yeah, talk to a friend before like I listened to the actual album. That was the only song that I knew off of it. And I thought it was a really good song. So
Yeah, I mean, dude, I was like, I guess let's just talk about that
I
album
was say we
first.
could just kind of dive
I
into
was.
that since we're already on
Oh fucking. What a segue. Uh. Um. Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I'd say like pleasantly surprised. I guess I'd say pleasantly surprised. Um, because it's like I didn't really have like I've never been like the biggest Slays fan anyways, but I was like, oh, a
it.
new singer and stuff. You know how that goes sometimes, but like I think the new I forget his name. I think his name is Matt. He does a really good job of like not being so flamboyant like Johnny Craig is with his vocals.
Right. Like he's got such a really
Um,
nice voice, but like it doesn't like overshadow anything else that the band is trying to do pretty much.
yeah, that and he like I said, he did a really good job. Like it still sounds like Slaves, I feel like, or I guess when they change their name, it's gonna sound like To Better Days. But yeah, I mean, like it still sounds like him. Like he sounds like Johnny Craig in a way, but it's like he still sounds like himself, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Um
yeah, I'm trying to think. Let me pull up so I can get the track listing here because I need that.
yeah, I'm gonna need that. Um but yeah, like I was saying, like I hadn't listened to the album beforehand. I only knew the one song "Talk to a Friend" off of it. And I still think it's a really solid song. It's probably it would have been my favorite, but it's my second favorite now. I think it gets a little bit outclassed by Eye Opener in my opinion. Which I mean, that's not to say like any of their songs are bad, but
Right. Yeah, Eye Opener's super good too. I just like the way it starts,
yeah.
like you're already in like the first verse, you know.
Mm.
Like right off the rip, bro.
Right off the rip, just straight diving into it.
Um Yeah, I don't know. Like I really like I think Prayers is really good because that's basically the opening track. Because
Mm.
To Better Days is kind of just a intro.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think Irish was really good. I mean, Witch Hunt's really good. Heavier was really good. Um,
That's the thing,
is this
right?
the
Is
one
that
I'm
like
thinking of?
all their songs are like really good. And it's one of those albums that I was listening to, like, okay, well they're human. There's bound to be one song that like is or like I don't really like. And I just didn't find that. Like I just thought like every single song on the record was just a fucking banger.
Right. I think I want to say it's Cursed. Yeah, I think Cursed is probably my favorite. Or Talk to a Friend. I mean, I think Talk to a Friend's really good too. So
Yeah. Even like the interlude Clean Again, like I thought it was such a good track. Even for just not even like meaning to be a full song.
right, yeah.
And what was it? I think
Like,
it was Footprints that was like the more acoustic, like slower one.
yeah.
I think even that was really good in my opinion. So they didn't drop the beat at all.
No, I mean my one gripe, like I said last week when we were like discussing this, is like the album cover because I'm not a fan of album covers where like the band's in it because I think it's kind of like I don't want to say like corny, but I get why they did it because it's like, hey, just so you know, Johnny Craig's not in the band anymore.
Right.
So like I get that. So
I'm definitely
yeah,
interested to see like kind of where they end up now from here because I think they're off to a really good start, being their first record and all. Well, not first, but
yeah. Once they
with the
change
new
their name and
singer
stuff
and
too, it's gonna be like
yeah.
yeah. There was a line I forget what song it's in where he says, "I'm a slave to better days," and I was
Yeah,
like,
I
damn,
heard that too. I
dude.
was like, damn, that's actually like
And
that's really
And
good.
there's another one. I think it's in Talk to a Friend. It's like really clever where he says like I spent the next 5 lines asking
Asking bad
myself
questions.
bad
Yeah.
questions, but it's like he's talking about 5 lines like he's doing like cocaine or something or some sort of drug.
Yeah.
But then it's like he actually spends the next 5 lines of the song asking questions. I was like, damn, that's like super clever. But it's
Yeah.
also something you'd probably do while doing drugs. Like if you were doing lines, you're probably asking yourself like, why am I doing
Right,
this and
like why
shit.
am I
So
doing this? Stuff
just
like that.
yeah, yeah, super fucking clever. I like little clever things like in lyrics and shit like that.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I really liked it. I listened to it a bunch last night because you know I was there for 13 hours straight, so I had time.
Had plenty of time to get that new Slaves album
I
in.
had plenty of time to listen. I listened to this and I listened to the Bad Omens album like twice yesterday too.
I guess we can just kind of segue into that. Since, got brought
Yeah,
up.
we can always come back
Yeah.
to stuff if we need to.
Um. So.
So I probably have like a different like this is the only Bad Omens I've ever heard. I don't know. Is this their second album?
Yeah, it's their second album. Their first album, it really wasn't a bad album either, but they've definitely matured as songwriters since then, even if it's only their second album. Um, their first album, like I kind of hate saying it, but it's true, and that's what everyone else says, is that it sounds like Bring Me the Horizon. Which I mean it does, but it also doesn't at the same
Yeah, I think
time.
I knew that. Like, I think I had heard a song off their first album, and it had sounded like Shadow Moses or something like that. Because it doesn't sound like New Bring Me the Horizon, right? It sounds like Sempiternal
Yeah,
Bring Me the
yeah,
Horizon, right? Yeah, I think I knew that. That's why when I was like listening to this, I was like, "God, this sounds like this doesn't sound like that same band." But right out of the gate, when I heard Kingdom of Cards, I thought he sounded in that song a lot like Andy Biersack.
yeah. I can see it.
Yeah, okay. And people just hear stuff differently, I think, to an extent. So it's like maybe that's just me, but I think the way that he sings in that is kind of like theatrical and stuff, and that's kind of what Andy Biersack does a little bit. So
Yeah.
not that I'm a Huge Black
Funnily
Sabbath.
enough, like when I listen to songs off of this album, the first three I actually haven't heard before listening to it like all the way through. So that was definitely an interesting experience because like I know what like from the fourth song onward, like what the rest of that record is like, and the first three songs are just a lot different stylistically, and I definitely was not expecting it, especially Kingdom of Cards.
Yeah. Yeah, I think yeah, because I got like it's like halfway through. There's a song. I'm really bad with the titles, but there was a song that like starts off and it's like I don't know, like you get to like heavier songs and I'm like, oh, is this even the same band as Kingdom of Cards? Like,
Right?
it's just
Yeah.
like a lot different. So like it was good though. I mean, I like this album, you know, all the way through. I like I said, I'm just bad with the song titles because most of the time I'm just like putting the song on, like listening to it, and I don't really look down to see what song it is.
Yeah.
But another thing that I like a lot is that there's nothing under 3 minutes. I,
Hmm.
I'm I don't know because I always like I don't know I like longer songs, especially when they're like written well and
Right.
stuff like that.
I mean, even like Dethrone, that's kind of like the shorter, heavier song off the album, is still like 3.5 minutes long. So.
Yeah, that's probably the one I'm thinking of.
But yeah, like I said, they've come a long way just from their first album alone. Um, like they've definitely matured as songwriters too. Um, I think it kind of shows. I mean, like you said, you haven't listened to the first album, but I think like if you kind of flip back and forth, you can kind of see like their growth and where they came from. Yeah, it is kind of weird because like the first half of the album is one thing, but then the second half of the album, it's like, is this the same band?
Yeah, which I mean is good. I mean to an extent, I mean I like that kind of stuff, but
Yeah.
you know I feel like yeah, I mean I think that yeah I think that's a good thing for the most part. Be diverse and all that jazz.
And it kind of shows their range too. Like they're capable of doing one style and another style.
Yeah,
They're
I
not
mean
one trick ponies essentially.
yeah, yeah. One trick ponies.
One trick ponies.
Yeah, I mean it's a decently long album too. I feel like when they get close to like an hour long, I'm like, okay, cool. Like, because like especially when I've been driving back and forth to Columbus and stuff, I don't like to like be on my phone like switching music and stuff like that.
Right, yeah.
I don't shuffle everything because then I end up skipping a lot of songs. So I'm like, okay, if I put this on and then I can put one like I can put like a 30-minute album on and this and then I'm there. So it's I don't know. Let me turn on my light real quick.
Turn on that light. Gotta see.
Gotta be able to see. It's
Gotta
very
be able to
important.
see. It's very important. You have eyes of a reason, for a reason. You have at least two of them.
At
Williams got.
least two of them.
Or rocking
Yeah, dude.
the old eight eyes again.
Good old eight
Good
eyes. Yeah,
old
you
eight
fucking wear
eyes.
glasses today.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I pretty much just like listen to music and fucking in my hotel room. I took my PS4, so I played Ghost of Tsushima all week. Dude, that game's fantastic. That's such a pretty game.
I've heard really good things about it.
Yeah, it's so fucking good. I guess they had multiplayer to it, so
Oh
it's a little
shit.
key. We gotta get on that when he gets it.
Oh shit.
Or well, he has it when it comes out. When the multiplayer comes out, we gotta get on it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's super fun. It's really like I don't know how to put it. It's like really gratifying combat, like because once you like learn it, because it's a little different. Like you don't lock onto enemies and shit like that,
Hmm.
so you gotta have to like get used to certain things like that. And then once you do, I think it's like, oh fuck, like I'm getting better at this. Like that's
Yeah.
what I always liked about games that are a little different. Like when the new God of War came out, it was like totally different than the old ones, and I was like, once I got used to it, it was like I was like, oh, I'm learning. Look at me,
Right, yeah.
learning. Yeah,
I like games that
so
have
that's
like
cool.
satisfying learning curves where like you can definitely feel when you're getting better and like you can feel when you're getting stronger and whatnot.
Yeah, it's fucking sick.
Just feel good.
All right, dude. What what did you think of Matrilogy though? It was wild, isn't it?
It was beyond crazy. I mean, I expect nothing less from Hungry Lights. I mean, just oh, fuck. What
Yeah,
was what's his like solo album called?
he's got
Uh,
like a bunch.
it was I think it was his Fourth Cry album. Um, it's I expect nothing less from him. I mean, I expect like just crazy all out and like an insane vocal range just with screams alone. I mean, he's he's like crazy talented.
And
Um,
but just like the instruments behind it
I would
too, I
say
think are
like
fucking crazy. Like,
instrumentally too is crazy. I mean, I didn't expect it to be as heavy because his other albums were kind of like they're I guess more theatrical in a way.
yeah,
But this one it hit and it hit hard and I liked it a lot. Um,
yeah, I like it because it's like it's got like new metal elements to it, you know. Like that's what a lot of the stuff comes from. Like it's like a lot instrumentally, a lot of the stuff. If you took the vocals out, it could sound like early Slipknot almost. As far like off like their self-titled or Iowa,
mhm.
but then it's also like there's a few like guitar solos on that fucking album that are super fucking good too. Like that dude just fucking shreds and you know, like I said, you don't know who Mike Portnoy is, but that's his son on drums, Max Portnoy. He's fucking crazy on the drums too.
Yeah.
So there's just like all this good stuff going on, and then that like they released a video of them, like I said, playing that in like an old abandoned prison or something like that. It's really cool. I was actually
Mhm.
just watching it, and they added two members, I guess, to the band. So I think there's six of them now. Yeah, there's six of them now, and they have like a I don't know if you call it a DJ, I guess. He's kind of a DJ, does like the turntable stuff. And they actually added a rhythm guitarist that's a girl, which like you don't really see a lot in heavy bands like that. So I thought that was
Yeah.
pretty cool too. And yeah, they're just fucking ripping it live, man. Like it's
Okay.
fucking crazy. And Hungry Lights, you can tell is very his name's Justin, like Justin Bonnets. He's
Yeah.
very like theatrical live. Or
Mhm.
like if you watch the vocal playthrough, like on his YouTube channel, or maybe it's on the Tyler YouTube channel, he did like like live vocal takes of the some of the songs on the album, and he's very like putting on a show, like very theatrical. So it's
Yeah.
pretty cool. I watched an interview where he said his biggest influence were fucking Disney villains. So it's like,
That's
yeah,
fucking sick. Yeah, I remember watching like his vocal covers because he did a lot of that on his own like YouTube channel and stuff too. And I like even just watching his regular vocal coverage, you can tell like he was really into it. And he's really like theatrical and putting on a show, and even like the way that he dresses for those sometimes. Like there's ones that he literally just like looks like somebody's grandfather. I mean, I'm not kidding either. That's the funny part. But yeah, like you can tell he really gets into it. He's really theatrical and he's really passionate about what he does too, and that's good to have, especially in a vocalist of all things. And this
yeah. I would blah, blah, blah. I like Overconfidence. That's probably my favorite song on that album.
I like, yeah, overconfidence is really good. I like No One Should Read This too. I think that was also pretty
Yeah, yeah,
strong.
no one sure is good. I the intro, even like the intro, the little like minute fucking intro that goes into No One Should Read This. It's like it like sets a really good tone for the album because it's really like I don't know how to describe it. It's really like not want to say graphic, but it's like kind of disturbing a little bit, which is like obviously what they were going for was like stuff that's like real chaotic and like if you put that on full blast in your car on the highway, I'd be stressing out just because of
Right,
the way
yeah.
you know like I have anxiety anyways, but if if that shit's playing, it's all chaotic and shit. It's fucking yeah. It was great though, man, because it was so like to me it was so fresh. Like I hadn't heard anything like that in a long time that I thought was like oh like this is different. And I think that the two just complement each other well because I think if it was just the instruments that were like that, I'd be like oh okay this is kind of like old Slipknot or new metal or whatever. But since it's got the vocalist with the fucking crazy range that's doing all the crazy shit too, I think it just complements each other well, and it's like, you know, yeah, yeah. I was really really pleased with that album.
I love his
It's like a concept album too. It's got like a story that goes with it.
yeah, I love his like he could just go from like a guttural to like a pig squeal to like scream singing to just
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
crazy.
Worked like pretty hard on his craft, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's definitely. I know he's been at it for years, like on his own channel and stuff. Just really, like, just
Yeah, I think he
going
started his
ham,
YouTube
and
channel in, yeah, like 2011 or something like that. So,
yeah, he's
or he had
really
two. I guess he had one and then he deleted it and then he made Hungry Lights. So, yeah, it's
he's
pretty crazy.
been going ham. He's been doing all sorts of stuff. It's definitely like a lot of experimentation there, which I mean that's how you
Yeah, he put
learn,
out a
right?
rap album.
Really?
Yeah, it's on Hungry Lights, but it's under the name like fuck, what's it called? It's called like P Tilly or something like that. It's just weird. If you look at his discography, like he's made like 10 albums or like 12 albums like solo, like
Yeah.
maybe like different names and stuff like that. But it's just great. I mean, it's cool. Like it'd be really cool to be able to like do that. Like that's all you do is like make music and shit.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
because I guess he had his original YouTube channel and he got rid of it because people wanted to see covers more than they wanted to see his original stuff. So that's why he like deleted his old channel and made a new one to where he wasn't gonna do as much of the covers and stuff like that. I guess. So.
Mm-hmm.
But good for him. But the first show that he ever played with Tala, he got arrested, I guess.
Did he? I want to hear the
Yeah,
story behind that.
for like hanging on a pipe or something like that. And I guess at this venue, like security are like known to be like dicks or whatever. I don't know. So he got arrested, and I guess the band like couldn't find him. They like went to the police station. And they were like, he's been released, and they like couldn't find him the next day for the show. It was just I don't know. I was reading about it. Fucking, or I get real into stuff when I like become a fan of something sometimes. So,
Yeah.
so I thought that was pretty cool. Not cool. It's just it's interesting because I've seen shit like that. Like when I went to Warped Tour, it would have been like what 2014, 2015. Like when I saw Mice and Men, like Austin Carlisle used to do shit like that when he would be like real crazy on stage, and he would
Yeah.
like hop up on the rafters and not the rafters, hop up on like fucking giant tower speakers and shit or something that was just on the stage, and nobody arrested him.
I guess it just varies like venue to venue and like what the staff is kind of like and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But yeah, this is technically their first album together, right, Tyler?
Yeah, they released an EP, and I think on the EP it had like uh, Kungan, Placenta, LED, and like Cottonmouth or something. There was like 5 songs on it. It's like not a good chunk of the album, but like some of the album.
Yeah.
And it's a long album too. It's fucking 53 minutes. So.
Yeah, I'm excited to see kind of where they go if they all stick together too. I think they could be up to some really good things in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, I've added like a bunch of fucking music just like recently.
You already know I went through the whole Slaves album and just kind of added every song on there, except for the one that I already had, but
On what album?
off of To Better Days.
Oh yeah. Well, I always just add them like when we're talking about stuff. I'm like, okay, I'll just add it and I'll listen to it,
Yeah.
throughout the week or whatever. I don't, can't do a whole lot off here. But
Gotta stay hydrated.
stay hydrated. What
Drink
uh,
water.
what time did you wake? What time did you wake up?
I woke up like 3 different times. I woke up at like 1:30 and I was like, I'm still tired. And then I woke up at like 2:30 and I was like, I'm still tired. And I was like, you know what? I can afford to wake up at like 4:30. I just woke up at 4:30.
Might as well fucking wake up at 4:30. Yeah, how did I go to bed? I probably got back at like 7, and then Maddie had to come pick me up from work because I took the work car up there.
Oh yeah.
So I dropped that off, got my shit, came home, dropped my bags, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll watch some YouTube for a minute. So I like laid in bed, was watching YouTube, and I didn't stand a chance. I fucking fell right asleep, and I woke up at like 3:45. And that's why I don't like Fridays, man, because even though we're off, I still have like fucking 30 notifications on my phone from just like random shit at work. So
Yeah. Just
yeah, it's alright though.
the lay of the land, I suppose.
What's Yeah, and it sucks being gone too because I didn't really like you said you like took notes and stuff, and I just didn't really. Not that I have time, I just didn't have time because I was in a hotel or I was at fucking work. So
Yeah. I mean, like
I don't like to not be. I don't like to be ill prepared.
the only thing I really took notes about was I wanted to like analyze the Story So Far album because um the other albums, right? Like they're instrumentally on their own, they're enough to be kind of, I don't know where I'm going with this really, but like the story so far, it's not about how it sounds, it's about what they're saying, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean most of the songs are kind of just. I mean I think they're good instrumentally, but it's not like yeah. If you take out the vocals, I don't think you'd really listen to that. Like
Yeah, cuz
you
like
wouldn't listen to it the way you would listen to hmm, like on Matrivogy, like if you took out the vocals, I could probably still listen to some of the stuff. And Stories So Far is like one of my favorite bands. I'm just saying, like, yeah, you gotta kind of look at the lyrical content.
yeah,
And I
cuz
mean, I like the way the vocals sound too. So,
like
like that's probably, that was for sure my favorite album of 2018 because that came out like 2 years ago.
it's a really like I really like the album. I think it's really solid. In my notes I put that it was really simple, and that's not a bad thing either. Because they know what they want to do, and they know like they want to focus on like the lyrics and what they're saying and the vocals and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
they're not gonna overpower it with like other instruments or anything like that. Like I mean, granted, the instrumentals aren't bad by any means, but it's not their focal point. I don't think.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I think on a few songs you can tell, like when they're going for something a little different, like on Upside Down, like you can tell,
Yeah,
like oh like they're going for something a little different here, and it's not nearly obviously it's not even really like a pop punk song, but you know a lot of those are.
even like
But yeah, that's on the Source of Far album. That's probably Upside Down's probably my favorite song. That or the actual title track. I think the title track's really fucking
yeah,
good
I
too.
like I
But
like Proper Dose a lot. Especially because I kind of like there's some nuances about it that like I kind of like feel myself, so it definitely helps like build that connection.
yeah, yeah, I think a lot of lyrics are like that. Like even like when Upside Down came out, like I was 24, you know. And
Damn,
that's like the
dude.
first bar in the song is like 24 staring in your face. So it's like yeah, it's like shit like that. That's why I like pop punk so much. Is I feel like it can be a lot more relatable than like
Yeah.
obviously there's nothing on Matrifogy that I'm gonna fucking dissect and be like I felt that, you
What
know,
you
because
don't
like this whole theatrical story thing, which it's cool, like it's its own thing, and I like that album a lot too. But let me just get up here, you know. And but yeah, on the story so far, like that album came out right around my birthday in 2018. So yeah, it's like it was weird because like even before like hearing it, like I felt like I had this like connection to it because I was like, oh shit, this was like written for me, you know. That's how I feel like pop punk can be sometimes. Except Tickets to My Downfall. But
Ooh, I don't see any trees anywhere, but I'm feeling some shade.
oh my god, this is the third week in a row Jordan's gonna talk about Tickets to
We're gonna be like
uh,
we're gonna be dubbed as like the anti MGK podcast now. Cause
no, I actually listened to that album some this week too. I just don't like a lot of it. Like it's
yeah,
weird. Like I'll listen to it, and there's a few songs where I'm like, okay, yeah, like this is pretty good. I just almost don't like it because it's MGK. And not that I'm an MGK hater. I really liked Hotel Diablo, his last album. It just feels so fake. It's weird. I don't know how to
mhm,
describe it. Like I'm like, there's no way you put this out and you think this is like some new like it's there's nothing new or exciting I think he does in it. That's the thing. Even
right.
like Bloody Valentine, I love Bloody Valentine, but there's nothing like you like I like the way that it sounds, I guess, but there's nothing like innovative in that song. And a lot of the stuff it's like the same guitar and synth tones that like fucking Blink 182 used in like
Yeah.
2002. So it's like, and I get it. Travis Barker, I'm pretty sure produced the album. And I know he plays drums on it, so I guess it makes sense to an extent. But that's enough. That's enough about Tickets to My Downfall. But Yeah, and like the Store So Far album, when I like like when me and my ex were breaking up and stuff like that album was like I listened to that like fucking constantly. Like it was always on because uh like Need to Know, if you like look at the lyrics to Need to Know, it's not that it's because for me like lyrics I look at them and I don't know exactly like what the lyricist meant or like what he was trying to convey. But
Right.
if I can read stuff and I'm like, this is what I think it means, I feel like that's like, because if I ever wrote a song, I'd be like, it can mean whatever you want it to mean. You know what I'm saying? Like if it just makes you feel anything, that's tight. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, because there's like,
Give it the old "Bring Me to
God,
the
you have to.
Horizon" treatment.
I'd have to pull up those lyrics. Why don't I just do that? I got a computer.
Give it the old "Bring Me to the Horizon" treatment, where everyone has these crazy theories about what your song's about, and it's like, no, it's actually just named after a video game.
Right.
But
Or like tools like that. Like everybody thinks Tool has these like crazy deep lyrics, but most of the time I feel like if you ask Maynard, he'd be like, "Oh no, it's about getting like there's a song called Prison Sex," and people will be like, "What's it about?" And it's like, read the lyrics. It's literally about getting fucked in prison. Like, I don't think it's any sort of fucking metaphor. And there's a song that Tool has where it's like in German and it sounds like they're like fucking. I don't even know what you want to call it. Not like summoning the devil, but it's like sounds like some crazy shit, and it's actually instructions on like how to bake cookies, but it's in German with this weird instrumental behind it. So it's like it's a Tool song. I don't know,
right.
but
Well, I mean, with Tool
uh,
fans, you kind of have to take things with a grain of salt too.
yeah,
Because I
yeah.
mean,
Like I love Tool, but I'm like I'm a pretty casual Tool fan, I guess. Like I've seen them live twice. They put on a great show. Like, but some of the Tool fans, man, it's like fucking snobby almost. Like it's
yeah.
like yeah, I don't know, man. That's why I'm just like
That and there's like the whole
I
stay.
actually like Maynard. Their singer Maynard's my fucking least favorite member of that band because I think the other members of the band I don't know like they put on a good show and they sound really good and like the light show's really good, but other than really the drummer, like there's nothing like fucking exciting about what the musicians are doing. Like the
Right.
guitars and the bass and Tool are pretty. I don't want to say like easy to play. They're just not like. I mean, they're really good. I think. I just I don't know. Like, there's nothing exciting about it really to me. It's the stage show and it's the fact that they sound so good live. And their drummer puts on a really fucking good. He's one of my favorite drummers live. But and it's just one of those things. It's like, man, you guys act like they're like fucking like gods of their instruments. And Danny
Right.
Carey is on the drums. He's probably one of the best drummers that's ever fucking lived. I think. Like, but yeah, their guitars and basses, like I think they're good. Like they're solid and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's just and Tool fans just talk about Tool like they didn't just take fucking 15 years to come out with an album that's decent. That's how I feel about it. Like, but I feel like if you're waiting 15 years to put out anything, it's not going to be great because you can't live up to those expectations. You know,
Right.
like Kingdom Hearts 3 had no chance to be that good. You know, like you took 15, or not 15. What year did that come out? 2018, 2019.
Something like that.
You
Yeah.
had fucking 14 years in between that and the second game, and all you had in between them was a bunch of spin-offs.
Well,
I don't know. Like I was hyped for it, but it's like it was never gonna be as good as like the second one. I don't know.
but Donald Duck said this looks like a perfect place to find some loot. Like,
He says ingredients.
oh yeah, he does.
He said
Yeah.
this looks like a good place to find ingredients. No, dude, you ever seen that fucking the video of him doing Zeta Flare in Kingdom Hearts 3?
No, I have
It's
not.
like it's starting a cutscene. God damn it! Hold on. I don't know if you're really able to like. I guess you could watch this, but
Probably watch it later.
it's so fucking intense. If I type Zeta Flare, which is like it's like a spell on, it's like a Final Fantasy spell.
Right.
Because you know they like crossover. If I type Zeta Flare though, Donald is the first thing that comes up. And he like does it. It's so fucking funny too. I don't know why, because like as a kid this stuff wasn't that like goofy to me. But as an adult, I'm just like, this is Donald Duck, and like he's about to like use this badass attack, and Goofy's like, Donald! It's like it's still Donald Duck.
Right.
Um. Anyways, man, I looked at these lyrics like fucking like 5 minutes ago. So back to Need to Know. Like I remember listening to this like right after like my ex and I had broke up, and like obviously I was going through it, and like this has probably nothing to do with a breakup, but for some reason he like there's a lyric in here where it's like there's not much I can do besides lay it all around you with all the ways I feel about you, like shit like that. Like I don't think that really has it. Like if you read the rest of the lyrics, like I don't think it has anything to do with a breakup, but like to me, like I don't know, it helped, and I feel like that's what music's all about, man. To me, it's all about it's good vibes and helping people, dude.
Right.
Bars. But yeah,
So
yeah, the story so far for sure has like some really, really good lyrics.
I do have a question.
Like what was your like what was like your favorite song?
Off of Proper Dose,
Yeah,
it would probably be Proper Dose.
yeah, Providence is fucking great. Was your least favorite Growing on You?
Um, Let me look at the track list real quick.
He's like the slower song that's like not as simple as I wanted it to be.
Like looking at the track list, I think that's yeah, because I remember it being like later in the album, so that's probably it.
Yeah, I don't hate that song. I mean, I don't hate any of them. I think it's like I said, it's one of my favorite albums
Yeah,
probably
like
ever.
I don't hate it, but
I
if
don't
I
hate
had
it. It's just
to,
like for sure my least
if
favorite.
I
Like
had to,
it's kind of the what you need of that album. Remember we were talking about that last week
yeah, on Bring Me the Horizon.
on that's the spirit. You know, it's like I don't hate what you or that fuck what's it called? Is it called What You Need?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Like I'll listen to it, but like most of the time, like I feel like I just skip it. I don't really skip Growing on You because I think it's an important it's an important part of the album because the album. So like I always kind of took it as the album is all about like a drug addiction in
Yeah,
a way, proper dose. And I felt like Growing on You was actually talking about like when you start to do a drug and stuff like that. And then I thought like Light Year was about like because it's like how did I get here? I feel like it's like when you get clean and like all this time's passed, but you don't feel like the time's passed because you've been doing drugs for so long.
yeah.
You know, I feel like that's probably a thing. See, I've never been like hooked on drugs, but I'm assuming that's how you'd kind of be.
That's how I feel with
And then like,
coffee.
cause
It's like, you know, where would I be if I didn't drink all this coffee? You know.
yeah, dude. Cause fuck, what's the not this? It's damn, it was the first single they released for the album back in like 2017. What's the third track called? My Out of It. You know, like Out of It. It's like the lyrics are like my appropriate opiate has me out of it,
Yeah.
and then like obviously Proper Dose. He's like I defy the proper dose because I'm alone and I don't care, like shit like that.
Dude, my favorite line, maybe off the whole album, but especially out of it, is when he says, "I'm always sore in my back from the spine that I lack to really be done." Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, and really, you gotta listen to like their album before this too. I mean, really, all of them. And their first album's like good lyrically too, but everything from What You Don't See to like now, like lyrically, is like to me, like I don't know, I'm not even afraid to say it, it's fucking genius to me.
right.
Like like let me find a really good bar off of off their self-titled album. Hold on.
Should have grabbed more agua while I was out.
I mean, bro, you got time.
I got time.
You got
I got
time.
all the time.
All the time, bro.
I'm gonna go grab
Bruh.
some Wawa.
Alright.
Bruh.
So this is what it would be if I podcasted by myself. It's lonely. It's real lonely.
I feel like Charlie just hates me.
Or is she there?
Yeah. I like
Fucking kicking
walked.
it.
I like walked out to get some water, and she's like, "What the fuck?
What the fuck is
Is
this?
that
Are you going to the party
is
tomorrow?
that a ghost? Probably if I'm up in time. Depends.
Yeah, I gotta get up at like fucking. I'm gonna try to get up at like 11. I'm actually gonna pick Keontae up because I don't know how parking's gonna be on the streets. I was like, well, dude, I'll just pick you up if you want to go. But I want to try to get there a little before 1,
Yeah.
because I feel like during the party I like won't get to see her that much. So I want to make sure I get to see her a little bit.
Yeah. But back to proper. uh,
Back to, well, no, I'm looking at their set. So the album before this is like their self-titled. I'm trying to find like my favorite lyric. Um, which is kind of silly because I literally have lyrics from this song tattooed on my body, but like to think that those might not be my favorite lyrics is kind of goofy. But
you mean like
like what I
no
have tattooed
regrets?
on my what I have tattooed is fuck, where is it? I just have like you set your pace, I'll keep mine too, which is from Nerve.
Hmm.
Um, I just really like that lyric. I mean, I think when I got that tattoo, I'd only been a fan of this band for like a month, but
Damn. You're already making that commitment.
making that commitment, dude, like. God, it's kind of hard to pick, dude, because I think a lot of these are like super good. Like, and like on this album, he uses a lot of like references to like colors for like emotion. Like in this song, he says like, um, these days I tend to see red because all the women swimming in my head are not the same ones laying in my bed.
Damn.
Fucking, it's fucking bars, dude. And there's one where he says like on the album a few times he says feeling indigo, which is like feeling sad. Like indigo is like a blue.
Hmm.
So I always like stuff like that, but
Now, is he like a fully recovered like addict, or is he still?
no, I mean I honestly don't know to be honest. He could just be
Because
doing drugs now.
I tried looking it up and I like couldn't find anything conclusive. So
Right. Yeah, he could be. I'm not entirely sure to be honest. Um dude, so like the song Heavy Gloom is like my probably my second favorite song on their self-titled. And I like didn't know the like some of these lyrics. Like and like I sing keep in mind I sing this all the fucking time in the car and I've just been singing it wrong. But yeah, the chorus is it cuts so much deeper. Why would I want to see her? Only had one beer and I don't want to sleep here. And I don't know what the fuck I've been. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, what have I been saying in the car? Because I
right.
didn't know he said only had one beer, but that's fucking great. Um,
It's one of those like you hear it and then like you never look it up and you've always sang it that same way. And
yeah,
then like you find out what it actually says and you're like, no, like put it back. There's a few songs that I'm guilty of that and like I'll sing it my way anyway just because I'm spiteful. And I don't want like I don't know, it just sounds better the way that
I don't want to be wrong.
I don't want to be wrong.
Yeah, like your brother used to always sing. Damn, what's that song? In Land of Confusion.
Hmm.
The Disturbed cover because your brother didn't know that it was a cover, but it's a cover. If you guys,
Yeah,
if anybody ever watches this and didn't know that, it's a cover by
I
Genesis.
was gonna say it's a
And
Genesis cover, isn't it?
huh?
I was gonna say it's a Genesis cover, isn't it?
Yeah. Um, there's a line in a song where he says Superman, where are you now? But like your brother used to always say Superman will rob you now. And I was like, that wouldn't make any sense in the context of the song, Tim. Like, it's a land of confusion, and I mean, I guess maybe Superman will rob you.
I
That'd
mean,
be
I'd be
confusing.
confused if Superman was
I
robbing me.
guess, yeah, but I'm like, it's not. I don't know. It's just like a, yeah. Fuck. To be honest, I could be wrong on that too. I've seen Genesis live, and they played that, so I kind of assumed. But yeah, I don't know. You know what? Fuck.
Tim's kind of notorious for that though. Like he'll hear something and then he'll say it wrong or like a funny way, and like he'll just like stick to it. Like I can't
Oh,
remember.
he's stubborn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he watching this? It'd be fucking
Oh,
hilarious. Oh, he's
probably
at
is.
work. Duh.
Oh. I forgot about that. Um. Fuck, what was I gonna say? I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of like when I say proper dose now, I'm talking about like the actual track, not the album name. Um, but I feel like there's like some innate depth to it. Like he kind of goes from like talking about himself and um like am I just going through the motions or is this how I'll be? Like even now, like I still like ask myself like is this just how things are or am I just like kind of going through the motions right now? Um I mean it's kind of a tough concept to push through and I guess you never really know the answer till the end of it. But yeah, so there's that and then he talks about like I defy the proper doses, I'm alone and I don't care, even though that grass is greener, it just don't even compare. Like yes, like medicine and stuff can make you feel better, but he wants to feel something like real or raw. He doesn't want to feel a certain way just because like the medicine makes him feel that way or like it's placebo almost. Like he wants things to seem real, he doesn't want things to seem fake. And I can like kind of see that mentality because like when I was on antidepressants, for those of you who don't know, um, like nothing really felt real. Um, and like sometimes honestly, that just made me feel worse. Even the medicine themselves are like I would get like sentient about like well, this isn't how I actually feel. Um,
Yeah, you're having like an existential crisis because you're on fucking yeah medicine and stuff. Yeah, and I mean medicine's like that. Like I feel like yeah, I think we both relate to this song a lot. But like I said, I listened to this song a lot when when I was going through it in 2019 when my ex and I broke up. It was kind of like that too. Yeah, I got on on antidepressants and stuff like that, and it's yeah, it is kind of like that. I'm like, oh, this isn't actually how I feel, and then it's like, yeah,
and it's ironic almost, right? Because like the thing that's supposed to make you feel better is just making you feel worse. It's doing like the exact opposite of what it's intended to do.
well, and then like another thing too is like random shit. Like at the time, like I can even think about this now because I still have like a bad diet and everything. But it's like sometimes like I don't actually like eat healthy and drink enough water and all that shit. So I'm just like, honestly, if I just did that and took vitamins, I'd probably feel better most days. Water. As opposed to like taking this pill. And then like when I stopped taking my medicine, I was getting like these really bad migraines and stuff. And that's why I was just like, I don't know, is this just something else that I'm gonna be like addicted to? Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I feel like I need this pill or I'm gonna like what go crazy. It's like no, I'm fine. Like,
And that's another thing about me too is that like I'm spiteful, like with antidepressants and stuff like that. Like I don't want to have to rely on this fucking pill just to like carry out my daily life. Like I
yeah,
want to be able to do it on my own. I don't want to live and be a person just because this pill allows me to do it. Um,
yeah.
and I feel like there's like
I think that's how a lot of people are too. Like, I think it's much more like gratifying if you could just feel better yourself. If that makes sense. Like, if I
yeah.
could just get myself to a state of mind where like I feel okay every day, like I think you're like happier that way probably.
And like there's a difference between like being okay and being good. Like the medicine can make you feel okay, sure. But if you actually like delve into it and like actually like look into what's troubling you and like actively like fixing it. It brings a lot more to that good factor, I think, than the medicine would do. And like there's more longevity in it too. It's like medicine's like, okay, you feel fine now, but if you can kind of like tackle the root cause of the problem, it opens up a lot for you to kind of handle later on too. Like there's more like growth opportunities from it.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's how like we just keep going back to this song. I think there's a lot to this song though,
Yeah.
but yeah, like as far as like going through the motions and stuff, like that's kind of part of the reason my ex and I were breaking up is because it just kind of got stale and stuff like that. And like I said, in the context of the actual song, I don't think Parker Cannon was obviously going through a breakup when he wrote this, but he fucking might have been. I don't know. He's breaking up with the fucking drugs.
Bam.
So I don't know. Yeah, it's like bars. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's tough being alive.
Dude, it's hard.
It's hard out here for someone with a pulse.
Breathing, eating, sleeping, like fuck.
Breathing. I cut my thumb earlier this week, dude.
Dude, same.
Shit was crazy. Let's see what else on here. So, like, what did you think about like Upside Down? Do you like that song?
Yeah, I did like Upside Down. Um, there's a little metaphor in it too that I like too, because he says, "Let me go, cut the leash before I lose us," in a bad undertow, and then he talks about a little bit of stuff in between, but then the last line of that, and I don't remember. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like the last line of that is, "I will not catch a feeling, I'll just float." So he kind of goes into that like we'll go into an undertow, but you're the one that's gonna be like drowning because of it, and I'll just float above it because like there's a few songs where he's like I'm fine, but like you need to move on to like his ex or whatever. So
Yeah.
like he's just basically saying like if you keep hanging on to this, like you're just gonna fucking sink yourself. Like I'm fine, but like just move on.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know what made me like. I mean, I know what made me think of this, but there's like a video of him where, fuck, does he like drop kicked this girl on stage,
Jesus.
but like not like he's came out and like apologized for it and stuff and said like, fuck, what was it? It was like Parker can't. Oh man, that's what made me think of. Like, you need to move on, or I'm gonna kick you off this fucking stage.
Just like
I bet you if I type in Parker.
like I want to jump on.
Parker Cannon kicking is the first thing that came up. Yeah, that's what he didn't like drop kick her. He like kind of like he more like nudges her off the stage. Let me watch this real quick because I kind of forget, but I'll send you that too.
Just
So I don't know why when you started talking about that, I was just like, yeah, move the fuck on.
Just like I want to jump on stage. You get like sweet chin music by Parker Cannon and just fucking kicked right in the jaw.
Yeah, I'm also a huge fan of this dude's tattoos. Because like Parker Cannon's got like it's like basically all American traditional stuff, which is like my favorite kind of tattoos. So I definitely want to get like some. Oh, it's right here. Here it is.
Oh shit.
Oh, she's taking a video of the crowd. Yeah, it really is just kind of like a pop punk kick. He's just being goofy. I think. I don't think he really like kicked her. I think he more like nudges her off the
The
stage.
good
But
old pop
people,
punk kick.
good old pop punk kick.
I don't know
What
why, but I
song are they
thought of that
playing?
like guitar like thing where they like kind of jump and they kick out with one foot, but then they like kick out with the other foot. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know why. I
It's
thought
kind of
of
like
that.
that. I just sent it to you. I mean, I'm not saying that's like right or wrong, but at the same time, I think when you get on stage at a show, you're kind of getting on stage at your own risk.
Right? Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you should deserve to be like kicked. I'm just saying
you're
like
not
maybe.
supposed to be up there. Like, let's
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay. There's two options. Either Parker Cannon like nudges you, like kicks you, whatever, or like one of the guys like security just like picks you up and throws you back into the crowd. I mean,
Yeah. Wouldn't you rather be the girl that got kicked by Parker Cannon than, oh yeah, I was at a show one time and I got ripped off stage by security.
right, dude. It's like, yeah, dude. I got kicked off stage by Parker Cannon. And it's just like, yeah, dude. Just this burly dude just fucking picked me up and
Or, yeah, she probably got like an autographed shirt or something.
right, like
She's fine.
what do you get, like an autographed badge if like security throws you? No. Just like, yeah, I
No,
got hucked back into the crowd and
you got hugged back into the crowd by fucking Gus Johnson's mom. Um, yeah. So I guess we can talk about the Eminence album. That's one we haven't talked about.
yeah. Before the album was released, the singer Eddie Berg, he put on like his Facebook page or whatever, this little quote, and it says, "The new Eminence album is called Turn the Light On, which encourages to shed light on the darkness we carry within. The lyrical theme of the record is inner conflict, self-doubt, depression, and self-destruction. Music has always been, and now more than ever, an outlet and a way for me to cope with these emotions. This is my testimony to my ill mental health. It is the most soul-bearing, personal, and important piece of work we have ever made as a band." That's
How
fucking
many al- how
heavy.
many albums did they put out?
Uh,
It's like a lot to take in.
I think it's their second or third, if I'm not mistaken. I know they've had a few EPs, but let me get a body count real quick. Uh, so yeah, this is their third album. They've had a couple EPs kind of sprinkled in between, but as far as like studio albums, this is their third one.
Hmm. Yeah, like I really like the album cover. That's like the first thing I noticed.
Hmm.
I liked Infectious. You'd actually showed me that song before I listened to the album. Um, I really like Erased and Paralyzed. I mean, I like this album a lot. I just, out of everything we listened to, like it probably was my least favorite, I guess. The out of the three that I had to listen to.
Right.
Um, and that's really just because like the Slaves album kind of caught me off guard with how like good I
Oh
thought it
yeah,
was,
definitely.
and the Bad Omens album, I don't know if it's maybe it's like the singer's voice. I don't know. Like I said, I like this album. I like the fact that he like plays violin and shit in the music videos. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Um, yeah. I mean, yeah. There's nothing really bad about it at all. I like it a lot. I like the other two more probably, but
Actually, I like that you
there was
brought up the
one song on
violin.
here. I think it was Scars. I really liked Scars. I think. Like, cause I'm bad with these song titles and stuff. I've listened to it like 4 or 5 fucking times.
Um,
Yes, it was Scars.
I like that you brought up the violin because it's like, yeah, it's the singer that plays it. And another thing about him too is he's actually a video director. So he does like all like the shooting and like editing for their music videos and stuff. So he's like a really talented dude on top of being a singer and a violinist.
Yeah, yeah, it's cool. Yeah, you always find well, it's probably just something when you're like a creative person and you're doing one thing. It's like, oh, I can learn how to do this.
Yeah.
I can learn how to do this. So it's like, because you kind of see a lot, like not a lot of that, but there's people that for sure like I think even in Talo, like the music videos have been shot by the drummer. He's like shot and edited them and stuff.
Hmm.
So
What was I gonna say? In one of the music videos, I think it was like Infectious, there was like this outro of like the violin. It was like da-na-na. I'm glad that we like in like the little like instrumental interlude. Let me bring up the album. I think it was Death of You. The kind of like half the song was like a little bit of singing, and then the rest was just kind of like this like instrumental kind of part. Like the minor detail, like that being in like the outro of that music video, and then like reappearing in the actual song of Death of You. I don't know why, but I like that a lot.
yeah, like sometimes I feel like it's is it like with what am I trying to say with like because sometimes I feel that way about like piano melodies and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's enough to be like, oh my god, like this is like really
Or
good.
even like in the intro to Better Days, like the when it does like the little kind of like vocal chops, I picked up the line that was in "Talk to a Friend," because it's like waiting to die or whatever. Like, I don't
Oh,
know.
really?
Yeah, because like there's like vocal chops with like different songs that are on the album, and then like I recognized that part off of "Talk to a Friend," so that was also nice, I guess. And I'm kind of weird with like details and nuances.
Yeah, especially like it's kind of like when we talked about the Tomb Raider theme the one time, and you were
Hmm.
like, it's played throughout the game in different tempos. That's kind of one of those nuances that's pretty cool. Like, and like if you're casually playing or something like that, you probably wouldn't notice sort of things, but
Right.
you get people that look for little Easter eggs and stuff like that. Oh god, it's fucking early.
It is early, dude. It's like, I mean, if you think about it, it's like 7 in the morning for us.
Yeah, pretty much.
The old
Um,
bass awkward schedule.
what are you doing? Hey, yeah, well, come here. You wanna be on the podcast? No, come here. Hey,
The little Dexter
yeah,
Baba?
yeah. He's been real like skittish. I don't know. He probably doesn't recognize me. Come here. Hey,
So keep
you
it
gonna lay
going
right there
all
instead?
week.
Yeah, I got home last night and I was like, "Why is there a Q-tip on the floor?" And Maddie was just like, "That's Deku's Q-tip. It's his toy."
That's
Like
Dexter's cute.
that's how it is with like cats. I feel like we'll buy him toys and shit, and he like never plays with them, and he plays with, like a fucking Q-tip. Or like he got a Tupperware dish one time. Like I forget why. I think we were washing his bowl, so we were like using a Tupperware dish for his water,
Mm.
and he like played with it. It was like his Tupperware dish for like a month.
Yeah, I mean, like,
He's probably still got it somewhere.
children are the same way. Like, we buy them toys, and they're like, nah, I'm just gonna, like, chew on this TV remote instead.
Yeah, like that's how Charlie is. Like she won't play with the shit. Like when I watched her, but you hand her like your phone and she'll just mess with it. And like
Yeah.
phones don't even have buttons on them anymore. Like,
Right, like,
yeah, I don't, damn, I feel like I was gonna fucking say something for that. Oh, dude, when you just said waiting to die, it made me think of this. My fucking grandpa just retired, and my mom was like, "Yeah, last time I talked to him, he was like, yeah, now I'm just waiting around to die." And I was like, oh, okay. He probably said that once. He's probably kidding. We talked to him last weekend because it was like my brother and I's birthday, so we went over to my mom's for dinner. And my mom called him, and he was like, "Happy birthday, guys!" And we were like, "Oh yeah, like how you doing, Grandpa?" And that was the first fucking thing he said was, "Oh, I'm doing good, just waiting around to die." And I thought it was, I was like, "Jesus Christ, Grandpa, that's kind of grim, don't you
yeah, is
think?"
he like me incarnate? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I was just like, "All right, Grandpa." And he's like, "Well, I was like, you need to go for a walk or something, dude. Like, you're retired. Like, be retired." I don't know. I was just like, it was just goofy. Like,
Yeah, like, just, like,
he needs to listen to that Slaves album.
like, yeah, I used to talk to a friend back in the day.
Back in the day, oh, we were always talking to friends.
Now I can't even go
No,
outside.
actually, that's not true. They didn't talk about shit back then. You repressed it until you died, Scott.
They're like, hey, Billy, how's the Mets game? No, there's none of that.
No, there's none of that. Who are the Mets?
The New York Mets is a New York centric baseball team in the National League Division.
What am I thinking of? The Fitness Grand Pacer.
The Fitness Gram Pacer Test.
Dude, you got a good voice for that. You gotta start like narrating shit.
Dude, I've always kind of like wanted to try like voice acting and stuff.
You could be like, say that one thing in Japanese.
Yes, sir. Not very good at Counter Strike.
Oh, like you can play Ghost of Tsushima like that. I say I'm very American because I say Tsushima and it's actually pronounced Tsushima. I'm just there's a T in it, so like my dumb American brain just wants to fucking pronounce that T.
Ghost of
But
Tsushima.
you know what, dude? I just realized last Friday we told Key he could be on the podcast this week.
Oh fuck, we don't.
Oh,
He can be on
I
the
don't know.
podcast next week. We'll get him some homework to do.
Yeah. That's what it is. You probably do the homework. Um. Anyway, you can play Ghost of Tsushima like with Japanese audio but subtitles. It's really cool. That's how I play it because I think it's more authentic that way.
Yeah, because you know you walk around and there's just like a little text box below people when they talk.
No, I just mean like, well, it's better than you walking around because I have the subtitles on regardless because I always play
Yeah,
stuff with
I always
subtitles
do
on.
too. Yeah.
But if you're walking around and it's these all these like people on in Tsushima like, hey dude, what's up? We gotta really get these Mongols. I mean, obviously it didn't sound like that, but
I
they're talking in
perfected the art of the
English.
blade.
Yeah. Over to the island and vanquish the Mongol threat.
But no, it's like
Oh,
oh,
gee, Rick.
katana.
Um,
Ayo.
the voice acting is really good though too. You can also play it in black and white with like a old grainy filter on it, like to where it's like an old like samurai movie. It's really cool. I didn't do that because I thought maybe that would be kind of
Yeah,
weird.
I'm
But
kind of like a graphics nerd, so I don't know if I could really like do that. I hate film
I
grain.
feel like I could do it like for a minute, like just to see what it looked like and like
Yeah.
because I think it'd be kind of cool. But that game's so fucking pretty and it has like all these really vibrant colors and the leaves and shit. So I don't know that I'd want to do that.
Right. Yeah. Because then you're like
But
taking all the work they did, like trying to make the game pretty with graphics, and you're just like, nah.
no. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I have like the original PS4, but the TV in the hotel was like nicer than my TV at home. So now I gotta get a new fucking
Now
TV.
you just gotta go
Might go do
back.
that tomorrow. Huh?
Please. So now you just gotta go back. Please don't go back.
Yeah. Please don't go. No, I don't fucking want to, man. Like, walked in yesterday, I had 855 lines. I was like, well, this is gonna be a long night.
One of those days where you don't actually leave work. Because by the time your shift's done, you just gotta go back to the next one.
Pretty much, yeah. By the time the shift was done, I had to drive home. An hour and a half. No, I didn't wait till they weren't done actually when I was leaving, but they were like in a good spot, and I was like, hey guys, I gotta go.
Yeah, I gotta check out and
I knew, you know how you knew we were busy is like I bought a fucking pack of cigarettes before we got to work.
Jesus.
And but I was like, I need it tonight, brother.
Gonna need this pack of Newports.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm just excited to be home. Cause like last weekend, I basically came home for 2 days and then went right back up fucking
Right,
Sunday. So it
yeah.
was like, yeah, I'm definitely glad to be home and
Can't
you know.
skimp out on episode 6.
Can't skip out. Well, I mean, I could have done this from the hotel on my phone. It would have been kind of shitty, but
You had your laptop, didn't you?
anyway, Wonderwall. I had my work laptop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did
what are you
you
gonna do the rest of the night?
I had some friends that asked to play Monster Hunter, so I'm probably gonna stream that. If you would like to tag along, you're more than welcome
Stream
to.
some. What time? Like right after this?
Probably, yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, I gotta go to the fucking store. I got Charlie a few things for her birthday, but I gotta get her some other stuff, and then we gotta apply to a few apartments and stuff because our lease is up in like a month and a half.
I got
Dude,
you.
I got Charlie a bracelet for her birthday that says "Best fucking niece." I mean, it's not gonna fit her. And then I got her like a fucking, it's this like Hindu fucking elephant god statue that
Jesus.
he's like playing a drum. So I was like, it's this weird ass little statue. But when she sees it, she'll be like, oh, my weird ass Uncle Jordan got that for me. But then I'm gonna get her like some diapers and like Maddie wants to get her like a blanket or something. So we're gonna go to Meyer and I need to get some like groceries too. I'm all out of SpaghettiOs, so
Yeah, you gotta I guess some skettios.
some SpaghettiOs, yeah. But yeah. But yeah, I mean,
That's the yawn of a working
with
man.
huh?
That's the yawn of a working man.
I know. I got good sleep too. Really, I mean, I probably slept like 7:30 to like 3:45 or 3:30. I don't know, man.
Just always
Yeah,
tired.
next week I'll like kind of take some notes and shit like that. And
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I was like doing like notes throughout. Like I listened to the albums a couple times throughout the week, and then like yesterday, like when I got home, I kind of sat down and like wrote out a little bit about them and stuff.
yeah, yeah, no, that's a good idea because then we can kind of like dissect it a little more. Like I like just from like today, I noticed like we talked about proper dose the most, and that's the one that you said you like jotted down some shit about, and like I've listened. That's the one that I've listened to the most, obviously, because it's been out for the longest, and it's like
Right.
my favorite album. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think it.
What are we thinking for next week?
We're thinking for next week. Let me take a gander
You want
here.
to just like next week? You do like one each, but we'll like do it more thoroughly. You know,
Um, we can, yeah, that works.
or we could do one each, and then is there anything that came out that we both need to listen to? We could do something like that.
We could do something like that too, yeah. I don't know what came out
Yeah, I don't know really
recently.
what's come out.
Let me take a gander at the old Spotify here.
The that band Bloom that I sent you one of their songs like probably like 2 months ago or like a month and a half ago. It's called The Service and Daylight. Their EP came out. It's pretty. I mean, I've already listened to it, but it's only like 17 minutes, but it's really fucking good too.
I can maybe look. I can maybe look on like YouTube or something too, cause usually something will like pop up or like a band that I know will pop up.
Right.
No, this is oh, there's like the Hoopla audio clip from SpongeBob's. I mean, if you want to listen to that on loop for like 30 minutes. Hmm.
This has got to be the most boring part of the podcast where you
Yeah,
and I
we're
are
just
both
like,
just staring at our freaking music.
right, yeah.
We're just trying to get it together for next week.
Ooh, okay, I know what one of my albums is gonna be. And I know you've heard a song off of it, but not the whole album.
What's that?
It is the Sleep Talk album by Dayseeker.
Sleep Talk by Dayseeker. I was gonna say, is my phone up here? Yeah, I guess it is. It's in my pocket. I can just add it now.
Let me poke it when you got a pizza in your pocket. Yeah, like what's something that like just came out? It came out not that long ago.
What the fuck is this?
What?
Um, I kind of want to give you something that like you wouldn't normally listen to like ever. Like,
Alright, hit me up with that reggae album, fam.
huh?
Hit me up with that reggae album.
No, I just mean like some like rap or something, like something you wouldn't normally listen to. Like, but I don't want you to like hate it either. Like,
I mean, I'm pretty
it's tough.
open-minded, so like,
It's,
probably wouldn't
it's a
hate it.
fine line though, because I said so.
Damn, you're just creating lines for me now.
Um,
This is tough.
it's kind of tough, but I don't know why. Because like we can always just suggest music to each.
We could, yeah.
Oh, are you looking for something neither one of us have heard?
Yeah, or like something that came out recently.
Yeah.
Oh, I never thought this would be that difficult.
We could just stick with the two albums too. If something comes out, yeah, you and I talk like every day. Like,
We do?
yeah, we do.
Yeah.
I think on let's see, let's see.
Like that's great. Like I really appreciate Russia, but it's the Friends intro, but like I'm trying to like look for some new music here.
Holy shit, Blue Oyster Cult came out with a new album this year.
Did they really?
It's their first new album in 20 years.
Do you think it's gonna be okay?
And probably.
Like didn't Judas Priest come out with like a 50-year anniversary album or something like that?
Judas Priest been putting out music like not like super consistently, but like yeah, I can't believe they still put out music,
I'm surprised the guy can still
especially for
sing.
like the kind of music they play.
Right.
Like yeah, Firepower. It came out in 2018. God, this album cover's so fucking metal too. I love it. It's their 18th album.
Damn.
Like, can you imagine having 18 albums? How do you even make a set list? You know.
You
But then they
probably
had Redeemer of Souls, which came out in 2014, and then before that it was 2008. So, God damn, the album they came out with in 2008 is an hour and 43 minutes long.
Jesus. Now you
How
can
do you casually listen to that?
you
You
can't
know?
even get like a 40-minute album now.
I know. Like Proper Dose is like 30 minutes long.
Yeah, like you get like 30 or 60. There's nothing like other than that. Celtic folk music. I mean, we can listen to an hour and 16 minutes of Celtic folk music if you want to.
I mean, you want to?
I don't fucking care.
I forgot how cool some of these album covers were back in the day.
Did you give me an album to listen to that I didn't pay attention to?
Oh no, I didn't.
Oh.
I was too busy looking at old Judas Priest album covers. Um, Hmm.
Oh, well, that's something we could eventually look forward to, but that's not till December.
What?
Anna's okay.
Who is it?
Called Anna's okay.
Who's it by?
That's the band.
Oh, that's the band.
Yeah, they're coming out with a new album December called Aurora. But this is not December.
Oh. Um, I'm gonna fucking. God, I really don't know, bud. It's tough. It's real tough. God, I don't know. I'm yawning so much.
It's just a tiring day. God damn it, I hate you.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
You say mm-hmm?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
You made me yawn.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck did I do?
What did I do?
What the fuck did I do?
You read your Bible.
And read her Torah. Hmm.
Find music. Gotta be like
Oh, that one's
undoubtedly.
too. That's too short. I also got to make sure if I give you like a rap album, that's like. Well, no, I'm sure this shit's on Spotify. It should be.
We can listen to like an older like Bad Omens or like Polaris album.
See, then you've already heard it.
To be
If we're gonna do like
fair,
one of.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
go
right.
ahead.
I was gonna say like to be fair, I've only heard like a couple songs off of each.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah,
All
we
right, dude.
have.
I'm gonna, I'm gonna give you a rap album to listen to, just because I want to get your opinion on it.
Do it.
Yeah, it's just it'll be something different for you to listen to. So the album's called "The South Got Something to Say" by Puya.
That's chicken in Spanish. That's pollo.
That's Pollo. Los Pollos, hermana.
Está en burrito en la biblioteca. Means there's a burrito in the library.
You got it.
Yeah.
All right. Like you like that album cover?
Is it not on Spotify?
Oh God, you might have to watch it on YouTube or
I
listen to it on
watched it
YouTube.
on. That's fine. That's fine. Is
It should be on Spotify though. I don't know why it wouldn't be. Like I mean, he's kind of an underground artist, but I think he's like decently
was his
big.
name Puyo? Like Puyo?
It's like Pouya.
Pouya. Okay, there it is. I don't know why. Like I typed in the South got something to say and like nothing pops up. But I got it. We're good.
We're good.
We're good.
Well, we'll try to think of one throughout the week that we can both listen to, and that way we have three to talk about.
We have until Friday.
We do have until Friday.
So
So. All right, Bubba. Well, that's like an hour and a half. That's.
to be fair, like 20 of those minutes have been like looking for albums.
I know, yeah. Yeah, you can cut that shit out. Just nah.
Just
I'm
delete
gonna
it.
go take a shit and go to the grocery store.
I'm gonna go take a shit and play some Monster Hunter.
All right, buddy. Well, I'll talk to you later.
See ya. Boys and girls and non ones or zeros. I don't know how that works. Thank you for coming out to episode 6 of the No Names podcast. We got 2 albums so far. Look at next week. One's a rap album. One's a rockier album. We'll probably come together sometime this week and get another one too. I'll do a double dab. So the points are redeemed. Points are like harder to use when doing podcasts, just because I want to focus more on the podcast itself than like other stuff. But yeah, hopefully you guys all enjoyed this episode. Hope to see you guys all back here next week, same time, Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you haven't already, follow my Twitter and Discord. And I will have our links in the description of the YouTube video as well. If you're in that platform. Yeah, hope to see you guys all back here next week. Peace, brothers.